American Expedition Vehicles, or AEV, is a company that specializes in really high quality expedition style automotive parts for Jeep, Ram, and Chevy truck. I'm Dave Harriton, the owner of American Expedition Vehicles, and I took a '91 Jeep Wrangler and turned it into the most trusted off-road aftermarket company in the world. I was actually the first person in my entire family to go to college. And so my dad was nice enough to let me take his Wrangler, and I took his Jeep, and I realized after driving it across country a few times that it was really small, and I hatched this plan to cut my dad's Jeep in half and stretch it. And that's kind of where the story of AEV really begins. After I got the car done, I really knew I was onto something, just with how many compliments I'd get, or I'd come out of the store and there'd be people lying under the car trying to figure it out. It definitely intrigued people. And then in business school, to graduate, you had to write a business plan and enter the business plan competition. Then I said, well, people really like my Jeep. I'm just gonna use the Jeep idea with no intention of ever doing it, zero. But then I won the business plan competition, and I got a $32,000 loan. And then I spent about a whole summer trying to get the original prototype together. And once that was together, I got a phone call from Chris Wood, who's now our sales manager. And he said the company he worked for at the time has an extra booth at SEMA for a vehicle. And I said, what's SEMA? And he said, oh, well, that's the Specialty Equipment Manufacturers Association. It's our trade show in our industry, and you should be there. And so I loaded up the car on a borrowed truck and trailer and took it to SEMA. And at one point, we see all these green shirts walking towards us, and we realized, oh, these are all the Jeep engineers. And they came over and they were all over the car, and they just said, be at our booth at 4 o'clock on Wednesday. Okay. And so we went over there and we actually won a Design Excellence Award. So then we come back and the business starts taking off. And we started with a number of different products: stamped steel bumpers, stamped hoods, really nice wheels. And people really started paying attention, and especially the folks at Jeep. And then I invented the Jeep Brute, which is basically a pickup conversion. So we take a Jeep and we cut it up and we put a pickup bed on it and call it a Brute. We sold one to Jeep, and then literally that's what now is turned into the Gladiator. And now I see them all over. As far as the expedition and overlanding world, we were in. And then we just had all these customers saying, hey, I need more capability out of my Jeep. I want to carry more stuff. And I started thinking to myself, okay, instead of trying to make a Jeep fit and carry more weight and do this and do that, what if we took a Ram? And I knew if I had taken the body off a Ram, it looks identical to a Jeep, just bigger. And it comes with a Cummins and it comes with a Hemi. So in secret, we started developing these Ram Expedition components. And then in 2013, we showed up at SEMA with the Prospector XL and just completely blew people's minds. And that's when AEV really, really took off. One morning in 2016, I woke up and checked my phone, and I've got a bunch of emails from engineers at Chevrolet and asking if we want to look at their new platform and sign NDAs and go look at this and possibly work together. And that's when it really flipped that, no longer are we chasing the car companies, that they're coming to us. AEV is the only manufacturer of off-road components where the major brands like Jeep and Chevrolet are installing them on their assembly line. And when it comes to doing the big programs, whether it's Jeep and building their 20th anniversary Rubicon models, or whether it's Chevy building their whole entire off-road lineup, that comes from the trust that we've developed over the past 25 years. Starting from the business plan all the way to where it is now, it's absolutely the American dream. We're going to continue to innovate and develop the most capable off-road vehicles the world has ever seen.